PayPal has opened the window and a lot of new money is entering the market. But is it the smart money entering the market or just new guys coming in, placing these bets at any given price so that they are not missing out? Which is happening, or what is happening right now, we don't know. But if you look at different exchanges, you can understand there are issues, outages happening. And when a lot of new guys are coming in and you are having these issues, you really need to understand that it may take time for you to join your registration, your process before you trade. So always prepare before. If you are looking at these kind of pattern, now I have a different opinion, which I would be taking you guys through the charts and showing you what I think where we are and why I think so, using different charts, perspectives, percentage, and I will actually show you guys why I think if this is the case, we are going to reach $266 a minimum towards $1,000. Now, yes, I previously never agreed on a 4-digit XRP in this bull run, but based on what we are getting right now, the fluctuations, the patterns, the trends, it really looks so. But we'll actually go through that and give you the perspective. Now, if we are seeing even like this, a movement and then a pump from here like this, we are going to get a lot more guys coming in, joining this party to get the benefit. And this makes exchanges even more congested. So if you are prepared, if you're already corrected, done your procedure, that's cool. Now I'm highlighting because I have a lot of new guys watching this channel and I don't want them to miss out on this bull run. If you're not prepared yet, if you're still thinking, think fast, take your decision, join in any exchange which is comfortable for you, but do make sure that it is licensed with concerned regulatory authorities, right? So when you jump through this, you have to understand there is a lot happening around and you need to consider all of those before you enter the market. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. Now, when you look at price charts, you have to actually look at different scenarios, what's going to happen. If you are trading, right? If you're trading on short to medium term, you need to understand what's happening. And that's why you look at charts. And as I explained, this particular analysis takes you towards $266 a minimum and then towards $900 to $1,000 from that point. Now, when institutions are entering this time, you can't actually neglect what I'm saying here, because I would be saying that with respect to the TA, but based on the actual fundamentals, you will understand the same. So first we will jump through the TA, analyze that, and then go into the fundamental analysis. Now always do understand, in the Patreon group, we are calling out these. Now do understand these two I'm showing here. One is in Patreon Telegram channel which I operate, where it's like radio, I only put out the contents, whereas the other one is from a group of Telegram which we have for premium members. And yeah, there are some guys who pay less, but they came in way early, they were early supporters of the SI, so we gave them that perks. Now if you look at these, you can understand we called out this way back and I was giving them the confirmation that we reached that target, and G was actually highlighting heads up because you highlighted us early. Now if you look at the Telegram channel where I posted that before the breakout, the pattern and all, you can understand we were eyeing around 0.6, and after which in the group I highlighted the chances are high that we may move towards 0.58 because the previous resistance was lying in that area. Now yes, you can be a little bit confused thinking, okay, what am I stating when I say the possibilities are around 266 to 1,000, because previously I have already stated, if you are looking at the chart based on the history, we are going towards $160, $150. And majority were saying you can't actually compare 2017 bull run because there will be a lot of changes. So I thought, okay, are the changes positive or negative? Personally, based on the fundamentals which I studied last 3 years, I clearly understand that the fundamentals are so positive compared to 2017, and it should be more than that, right? I was thinking at least double the fluctuation, but here I'm surprised because I'm seeing even more, like 3.5, 4 times higher fluctuations in this pattern which we are going to analyze. Now, this, while zooming in, say this area, if we are going back early 2017, say before that bull run started, say May, June, and zooming in, you kind of get this. So the first fluctuation from that bottom, which we put in there, was like 105%. Now, if you measure that towards the actual bottom there, you get around 180 to 200%. But based on the trend and the pattern, it is 105%. Now come back here and look at the trend and pattern here, you get 457%. So it's more like 4.5 times the actual fluctuation in 2017, by which we created just this pattern. Look, the pattern looks same, just it's scaled even more, even bigger, and the preparation here looks even lengthier and the rate of increase is higher. Now, what does that actually mean? Now, from here, when you move forward, when you understand that there is a difference of 4.5%, even if you consider, say, round it up and make 4 times, and then look at from this high, the next peak was like 536%. Okay, cool. So if we plot that 536%, so now that's not accurate, it's showing 538. So consider 530% itself. You are going to reach above the all-time high, somewhere around $4.6 to $4.8. Now do understand, we have a lot of resistance in the way up, on the way towards reaching all-time high and upside. But based on history, it can be like, just a wind comes, it's like a tornado, typhoon, whatever you call, and it's all wiped out, meaning the overhead resistance are being kicked out and we reach those level. And those who take profit in this area completely, say they have 10 position, they're taking 10 of them out, believing that, say, $1, $1.8, $2, it's going to come down back. It may not. Based on the history, it may not. If you look at this, we went all the way up to the all-time highs. That is the 500% of pump there, and then corrected 60% there. Now, if you look at the same here and understand the 60% correction may not take you towards $1.4. Instead, you would be reaching around $2.2 to $2.5. Now, that is just with the same trend, right? If you look here, we had 105% and then the 500% fluctuation here, and we plotted that 500% here. So what about the difference? If you look here, we have 4.5 times higher. So if you plot and take that as a 4 time and put it, you kind of get something like this. It's way higher. The first wave in that case should take us towards $15 to $16. It's showing, to be precise, 15.37. And that's not actually a small thing to talk about on the wave up, that to the first wave. Look back at the chart. Here, you understand this is just the preparatory wave before the first wave. And when we get that first wave, if we are reaching $15, I know many of you guys are going to faint down because you are going to take profit by $3, $3.8. Now, if you have, say, 10 positions, take out 3 to 5, buy that all-time highs. For trading position, not for the investing position I'm talking about. Because as a long-term investor, my investment bags are kept safe and I won't touch it, whatever emotions and psychological, plays which I get, the drama, I don't want to get into that. Instead, I'm playing around with 10% of my trading portfolio initially. Now that's become around 18% right now. So the XRP units which I have is increasing because I'm doing short to medium term trades. Now I position myself for medium trades. Sometimes the price achieves it way faster than, my targets are achieved. Say I put 20 days target, it reached in 5 days. So yep, anyway, the target is reached. So I take out my profit. So that's short to medium term. Now, getting back into the topic, when you get this, it's going to be enormous. Now, do understand, if this is based on the previous history, from that top before the wave one, the preparatory wave, to the top, it's 36,000%. Do understand, it is from this top before the wave one towards the all-time highs, it's 36,000%. Again, I'll go back, bring you guys there. This is that wave which I'm talking about, not the initial wave one. Okay, from here, that is from here after the break of 0.77. Now you guys take that and plot it towards here. You reach like this, just below 36,000 percentage, and you reach $266. Now, what is important here is I haven't still multiplied with that factor of multiplication of say 4.5 or 4. Because if you are going to do that, you are going to get more than $1,000. Now, I know that's too much of optimism, saying everything in the pattern will be continuing same. Now, you can extrapolate it, you can use your AI statistical software or calculation algorithm, whatever, and extrapolate it. Still, the minimum will be this, right? 266 in this approach. Because there are changes from 2017 cycle and 2018 cycle, 2020 cycle. So in between these two starting points, there are a lot of fundamental changes too. Now, we have to analyze the fundamentals before we say, let it be 150, let it be 1000. From the current price, it's too high, and the naysayers will still say, nah, this guy is, mad. It's not going to happen. But if I'm presenting this to you guys from the chart, I'm not making this up, right? It's there in the charts. It's just another way of thinking. What if the 2017 cycle is going to be a little bit different from the 2020? Say the 2020 is going to be a little bit different from what happened in the history. Now we check the difference. What is that difference? And then extrapolate this cycle and we reach here. Now, why do we actually think this is going to happen in a huge manner? Such a price fluctuation needs institution. It's, if it is just the retail investors, it can be like last time. But when institutions are there can be some kind of changes, and yes, it's up to us to go through and understand it. Because if you look at charts, it's going to be confusing to understand everything. Now, I put this one in the Patreon before highlighting that these are the patterns emerging for Ethereum. This is the roof there, which I see personally for resistance. We broke below from that resistance. I was expecting a break to the upside, but we wicked there, a fake out. Didn't get much of a confirmation. It came back because this is on an hourly. You trade based on at least 4-hour chart. To analyze the pattern, you can go into 2-hour or 1 hour, but while you execute your trade, you need a confirmation at least in a 4-hour chart, as I've always told you guys. That is too in a shorter to medium time frame. Now, if you are more towards medium time frame, go towards a 12-hour or a daily chart. That will serve you better. Okay, now here, when we look at this, you can see this was the previous support. Right now, we are there. We went, made a new high, and then came back. Do you remember which I said 1, 2, 3 videos back, and I repeated? Look, we are going to get this. We may make a new high, then we would be going to drop a little bit. But personally, I expect it to come back towards this level to retest, because I expect the same to happen with Bitcoin. Now, yes, I can be wrong, but till now, it looks like I was a little bit correct. Now, right now you have a dip in XRP. If you look at this, I was talking about the same to my patrons, that we are going to look at this and this is going to happen, and then this happened. Then I gave them 2 targets. And right now, if you look at this in different exchanges, in say eToro and all, you already reached that lower target. It wicked way down towards 0.57, 0.56 area. So it looks like it wicked till there. It came back up. It retested its break, which is around 0.63, and now it's going down at that particular time. Now, yes, we can check that on a real time and see what is happening just right now. So we came back, we retested that, we went back. Now we are coming back up again, but we are having that resistance from the moving average. Now, do remember, this is a 1-hour chart. If I take you guys into a 4-hour chart, you can clearly see we broke below, we wicked, we came towards 0.6. Now this, I think, is in coin market cap. Yeah, this is from the coin market cap actually. So if you it differs from exchange to exchange. Say for example, if you are going into XRP USD in coin paprika, you may actually see a little bit different price fluctuation compared to coin market cap. Sometimes that do happen. So when you're comparing, you have to actually compare with different charts, different setups. Now, as I plotted the pattern here in XRP USD pay based on coin market cap, I'm taking you guys back to here. Now, on a 4-hour chart, if we are able to break back into the pattern, it's cool. But always remember, this rising wedge pattern is like 65-68% bearish. And I highlighted last time that this can happen. And if you look back, Stellar already gave this pattern and broke to the downside with the confirmation. Now, what we are looking at is not this short-term fluctuation. You should go back towards a 12-hour or a daily chart and then delete all those lines and look what is happening. We came to the upside, 400% rise. We corrected a little bit. Now, if you are taking it to be precise from the bottom here, say you want to just measure from this bottom, not from the actual bottom of the cycle, it's still 231%. Now, if you remember, I told you guys before that here, say if you are measuring this from the wick, you got around 100% there, and then from here you moved up around again 100%, but here it's 230%. So do you think that the scale is increasing? Now, personally, I stick with that the scale is really increasing. It was 100% couple of times. Now, that couple of times we were below the long-term resistance. Now, it should be red actually. I'm actually plotting it as a support right now, but because here you can see it as support here, then it turned as a resistance. We broke above that. Cool. So I'm deleting that. There's no confusion. You can see 100%, 100, and then it doubled. So if I say there is a possibility that we can double in the next wave, don't neglect it completely, because still I believe there is a possibility that we can do that $16, not just the $4. That can be possible based on these fundamentals which we are watching right now. See, a lot of guys are coming in, and when these lot of guys are coming in, we are having issues, and at the same time, from the political side, you are getting information that Bitcoin may actually fail. Now, we already saw information like why this can fail. One, everyone is talking about green, sustainable energy, future, and Bitcoin is not doing that. On the other side, when we say Chinese are mining BTC, there are XRP haters who say, Bitcoin is not completely mined in China. They're now preparing to move in different countries. USA is one of them. Okay, cool. But how much of a percentage is right now mined in China? That is the question. And what if Chinese government want to stop that? Or what if Chinese government want to utilize that to go below water, below the sanctions? That can happen. And that may bring a negativity towards the network, because it already has a lot of issue, because it was designed as a peer-to-peer money transaction network. Now it's not scalable. You have high friction, so the cost is high, the time taken is high. When a lot of people comes in, the network gets congested. As you understood last time in the last bull market, it was taking for a long time to execute your transfers, and that's why the utility of an asset and the network really matters. Michael tweeted this one showing PagoFX. The international money transfer app from the Santander Bank has launched a service for small businesses in UK. Now remember, Ripple has stated that we are going to come out with a product for the small businesses. If you want to borrow money, you can use XRP for that. Now that was not a small thing. Now, when this is happening on the general economy and the central bank digital currencies, the CBDC story, when it is rolling out, they are positioning themselves as that infrastructure layer. Now, do understand we have competitors like Quant over Ledger. They also position themselves as an interoperability layer, but not like XRP and ILP. So the XRP ledger with XRP and the ILP, the Interledger protocol, which is being more or less connected with the banks, central banks, IMF and others, chances are that we are going to get the international transfers in this manner. Now recently, one of my comments, it was highlighted that there is a new document from Central Bank of Canada which separates XRP from other digital assets while explaining it. I haven't actually had time to do that because right now we are having a lot of new guys coming in Patreon. discussing their portfolio, different assets, their average, their percentage of different assets, and how they can manage, and they are better off right now. So to do that, I need more time. That's why I couldn't actually get a little bit more time to do that. But still, I don't want you guys to lose your value. If you're spending your time here, you need to get more value. And that's why we are here, right? Now, when we look at the upcoming airdrop, you have to understand that I know there are still a lot of guys who don't know about the second airdrop. Now, there is first airdrop for which you will hold your XRP and you will get an equivalent in Spark. The second one is you hold the Spark and then you get Flare. You need to understand that. Right now, they're only showing the screenshot date, right? They're not telling you when they are going to give you the Spark. They're just telling they will be taking the screenshot of XRP holders by December 12th. So keep that too in mind. Some may dump after that, but some who want more money, free money, basically, they will wait for the next airdrop screenshot too. So there can be a chance of the price going to the downside after this, and that can, tie up with the technical like this. It goes up like this, madness, craziness in this expectation, and then drops 60%. Even that 60% drop based on these is not actually huge, because if you're looking at a $4.8 and 60% drop coming back to $2, it's not a bad deal considering we were trading around $0.3 a month ago, and majority of you guys were complaining. What are you talking about? Breaking this stop? Are you talking about this? Are you talking about that? Do you actually see this? Do you actually see that? And I was still holding on to this, that we are making this pattern, rounded bottom, inverse head and shoulder, cup and handle, whatever you call, that was a reversal pattern, and I was calling out for the 180% pump from there. And we reached exactly there, and I called out, take your profits if you want to, and that did happen. We came back from there. I know those who were in the Patreon at that time took the benefit for that, and that's why I still invite you guys to check out the Patreon, link given in the description. Now, that's not like huge marketing. I just wanted to inform you guys I'm still having that $5 tier there, so I don't want majority of you guys from emerging market. See, I'm from India, so when I say $25, $50, maybe for some of you guys it may be huge amount. So I want you to afford this new value at lower cost. So I'm keeping that still there. Now, let's again look back at the fundamentals news, which we all are evolving, and the perspective. So the perspective laid out by the Kevin Cage here, who I really admire, is highlighting XRP could become one big store of value plus having actual utility. Now, Bitcoin is just Bitcoin just because it has store of value aspect? No. Everyone is saying it's a store of value, and that's why it's a store of value. Not like XRP, it has an actual utility, so it will be used for decades, and that's why it can become the store of value. And that's the real perspective. Now look at different exchanges coming out and supporting this. Here it's iTrust Capital, here it's Valor. So if there are exchanges like, huge exchanges who don't want to support this, the Coinbase and other stuff, Kraken and all, you can jump into these exchanges. Now, I personally don't use both of them, but Binance, Uphold, these are like cool exchanges. If you want to use eToro, it's a best exchange. I've been using that from 2017. I'm really happy with eToro, eToro X and all. So if you want to use that, it's cool and better. Why? Because if you are still putting your money in the bank, don't forget this. I'd really appreciate the tweet from Greg here, because it do give you that perspective of inflation. Look back in time and say, this was the price of, products from MACD, and if you look at MACD price right now, you'll be surprised. It's like 10x. So the money depreciated, the value of purchasing power of your money depreciated 10 times. Do you want that to happen again after central banks printing huge chunk of money? Or do you want to store your wealth? And that is when you need a store of value. That too, if it's with utility, that's a bumper lottery. Hope you guys stayed cool, you received value, and if you did, please do hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done that already. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.